All right, buonasera, good evening. What's poppin'? It's your boy Big Rich. Mob Stories, Drangheta Weekly News, NWN. We usually do it on Sunday night, but I've been pondering, I've been thinking, I've been politicking. You know what I'm saying? A lot of changes coming up. Got some changes for the mob station. Got some new, we'll talk about it, right? First of all, good evening. Throw some smoke in the atmosphere. Just been working my, about 8 hours in the pouring rain. And you got to do what you got to do. You got to take care of business. That's all I know. Hold on one second. Anyway, there's some changes coming to the platform for those that do watch the morning show. You already heard this morning. If not, we'll be running a banner in tomorrow's show or whatever to let everybody know where the Waking Up at Ruckus morning show is going. All right, we'll talk about that shortly. I want to talk about something over here first. I'm putting this disclaimer up because we're moving forward and I want to conduct business properly and I want to protect the platform at all times. Comments and opinions made about the videos do not represent me or the staff at this platform or the people that help make this platform or run this platform. We have nothing to do with anybody what anybody says. Now, I run the ship. I want people to be able to be free to leave the comments you want to leave. And here's what I mean. You have the right to say you don't like this platform, you don't like the video, you don't like me. The way you say it like a gentleman, it stays up. Nobody's going to take it down. If you put up a comment and you don't feel like it should be taken down and it's taken down, you email me at ruckusradio87@gmail.com and we'll figure it out. Nobody's comments are going to be taken down unless you are outright disrespectful. You're out of here. If you put a comment under somebody else's comment and you're taking a shot at that person, you're out of here. These are a lot of touchy stories. These deal with people's families. You have victims, you have gangsters, you have drug dealers, you have all sorts of people involved in these stories, and people have feelings about what we write. There was somebody that put in a comment in one of the stories, if you are a real Italian American, you will flag this platform. Can I stop him from saying that? Absolutely not. Did he flag this platform? He probably did. But at the end of the day, I want people to feel free. You don't like me? You say you don't like me. Just say, you know what, Big Rich? I don't like your videos. No problem. You can watch them, dislike the video. I can care less. Be respectful by the way you say it. If you're disrespectful, you're out of here. You disrespect other people, you're out of here. Other than that, nobody's comments are being removed. Ever. Ever. It does not matter who people know or who don't. It does not matter. If your comment is your opinion, an objective opinion, either good or bad, as long as you say it respectfully, it stays. If you're taking shots at somebody else's comment, you're gone. If you put your own comment disagreeing with what somebody else says, no problem. Just don't take shots at other people in a disrespectful manner. You could disagree with somebody and leave it right under their comment. Say, I disagree, this is why. But we're not going to do the back and forth. There will be no disrespect on this platform. I'm running this like a business. You understand what I'm saying? You will be free to let me know how you feel. I get the pronunciation wrong. You can give me that work. You give me that work, not a problem. You go ape shit on me, you're out of here. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Anthony Scarfo. Let me know. I'm a stenod for getting the name wrong. No problem, Anthony. You're right. I'll work on it. I have no problem with the critiques. I have no problem with that. There will not be just pure disrespect for anybody on this platform, including myself, anybody else, especially the listeners and subscribers. I want you people to come in as a family. I want you to share these videos with your friends. Come in and let's grow. All right? So that's what that disclaimer is there for. Nobody in this platform is responsible for what anybody else says. All right? But if it's said with disrespect, you're out of here. That's it. Done. There'll be no tolerance for utter disrespect. You have an opinion against something, it stays. As long as it's said in a manner that I can keep it up there. The rules are changing. The policies are changing. We can't have nobody writing reckless shit. Be educated with your words. Use your big boy words. Express your opinion. If it's complete, utter hatred for this platform, but if you say it in the right way, it stays up. I'm not running or hiding. people have a right to their opinions. So that's what that disclaimer is there for, right? So I want everybody to know that's how we're getting down. You make a comment and all of a sudden it's gone. Ask yourself, did you disrespect the platform? Did you disrespect some other listener? If you answer yes to one of those questions, that's why you're out of here. And you can go make fake accounts all day. You know what I'm saying? Shattered's on top of everything. That's it. He sees it. That's all. If it's brought to my attention, it's out of here. If it's gone, if it's removed by either me or Shattered, and you don't feel that it should be removed, you hit me up. You email me directly and let me know what's going on, and we'll handle it. All right? Let's get down to business. Of course, tonight's show is sponsored by Justice Tech Pro. Salute to Dominic and the whole team over there. Drangheta Weekly News. Let's get busy. This article is written by Lilo Montalto Monella. Salute again to Lilo Montalto Monella, who is the author of this article. Mapping the Mafia, Italy's web of criminal gangs explained. After the death in a prison hospital of the Italian mafia's boss of bosses, Sicilian chief Totò Riina, some might wonder who now rules the world's most notorious criminal network. There is no straight answer. The Sicilian cartel is only one part of the heterogeneous landscape of criminal groups. You don't know what heterogeneous means? It means different. To a non Italian, the term mafia has become an all inclusive word that encompasses the various unlawful organizations active in the racketeering, drug trafficking, and murder business. However, Italian organized crime is multifaceted, and the truth is that the Sicilian syndicate has lost prominence in the overall power balance. After Rina's imprisonment in 1993, the Italian mafia weakened. His violent strategy had culminated in the 1992 killings of two prominent anti mafia judges, Giovanni Falcone and Paolo Borsellino. Yet the bombings, a direct attack on the state, created a suicidal backlash for the mafia. The crackdown since then has almost annihilated the Sicilian cartel, who, as a reaction, has gone progressively incognito, abandoning the blatant confrontational strategy pursued by Riina. Matteo Messina Denaro, Cosa Nostra's most wanted man, believed to be Rina's successor at the top of the organization, has been on the run from 1993. He is accused of at least 4 murders, but disappeared at the age of 31. Who is the most powerful mafia in Italy? Nowadays, criminal groups shoot less than in the 90s, but they are extremely vital, and most importantly, they do more business than ever. A person living in Lombardy fears the 'Ndrangheta and the Camorra no differently from someone born in the south of Italy. The criminal groups that has literally boomed in the 'Ndrangheta, a syndicate that shows a very dangerous ability to colonize the territories where its members are located. Today it represents the main challenge to the institution, said the prosecutor who helped arrest Riina. This organized group spawns from Sicily's neighboring region, Calabria, and has slowly become the most powerful syndicate from the early 2000s. It is completely independent from the Sicilian mafia and can boast a global turnover of 53 million euros, mainly coming from drug trafficking, an army of approximately 6,000 members globally. Other sources put this figure at 60,000 and almost 400 armed groups operating in 30 countries. In other words, it sits on a pile of cash as high as McDonald's or Deutsche Bank, worth 3.5% of Italian gross domestic product. Now, we talked about the comparison to McDonald's or Deutsche Bank in the last article. A recent arrest has shed light on how Cosa Nostra elects its executives. If the Sicilian cartel is a top to bottom organization with a pyramid structure, the 'Ndrangheta has wider international ties. But it is still a family business at heart. Orders to members stem from the small town of San Luca, framed by the foothills of the Aspromonte Massifs, the cradle and epicenter of 'Ndrangheta, whose core group is known as La Mama, the mother. Its blood ties are strong. Therefore, very few are willing to turn super grass and collaborate as police informers. No one betrays the family. An example of this claim dates back to 2009 when a Calabrian born woman, Leah Garofalo, decided to expose her former partner's illicit trafficking but ended up being killed and burnt alive by a gang which included her ex. The port of Gioia Tauro, controlled by the Drangheta, is known as the European entry point of cocaine, which total seizures for 2016 account for 1.7 tons of the white powder, mostly arriving from South America. Gomorrah's Camorra. When Robert Saviano describes in his famous book Gomorrah is the Camorra and is based north of Calabria in Campania and around its capital city, Naples. Camorra is the oldest criminal group in Italy and unlike the Sicilian mafia, does not have a unique center of command. It has more of a horizontal structure and features independent clans ready to battle each other for supremacy. It's a much more violent organization compared to the Sicilian Mafia and the 'Ndrangheta because of the continuous fight for the territorial dominance amongst its factions. Camorra's tendency is to settle most disputes with the use of brutal force. In the most recent years, it has left a bloodier trail than the other two groups. Lacking a pyramid structure, its illegal revenues have been estimated by Italy's Minister of Home Affairs as being around 3.75 billion euros a year. The Castel Volturno massacre in 2008 had been possibly the most notable slaughter perpetrated by Confederation of Camorra's clans, the Casalesi, leading to the death of 7 people and the deployment of 400 troops in the area by the Italian government. Casalesi, operating in the province of Caserta, is one of the most influential criminal groups in the world, specialized in international drug trade and boasting alliances with Albanian mobsters and Nigerian crime syndicates. Journalist Roberto Saviano estimates their total assets as being worth around 30 billion euros at the peak of their activity. If Camorra's group's business interests are everywhere in Italy and Europe, most notably in Germany and Spain, their core territory remains confined to Campania, Naples region. International illicit deals happen with the permission of 'Ndrangheta, who seem to be the Italian group with the monopoly of the global drug trade, at least for now. The 'Ndrangheta and Camorra are also very active, not only in drug trafficking and extortion, but also in the allocation of public contracts in the north of the peninsula. In fact, mafia is northern Italy's problem too, as Open Democracy puts it. Despite a recent stream of corruption scandals, which has revealed ties between politics and far-right groups such as the Magliana gang, has been named mafia capital. The situation in Rome reminds more Camorra than the Sicilian mafia. Various local groups, including right-wing mobsters and family clans with Sinti origins, are fighting to take the spoils of the capital. Yet the internal city has always been central in every criminal syndicate's affairs. Dozens of restaurants and food business operating in the Colosseum area have been recently seized by authorities with the accusations of being money laundering hubs for the Camorra bosses. Italy's populist five-star movement won a local election in Ostia, a seaside suburb of Rome once ruled by organized crime, where the local government had been dissolved due to its infiltration of the mafia. The issue has recently hit the headlines of newspapers all around the world as the brother of Ostia's mafia's boss broke a journalist's nose during an interview. The headbutt had been taped on camera and sparked outrage throughout the company. In Puglia, the local mafia is known as Sacra Corona Unita, the youngest of all the syndicates founded in 1981. It consists of about 50 clans with approximately 2,000 members and specializes in smuggling cigarettes, drugs, and people. In August, a bloodbath in which hitmen executed 4 people, a local boss, his brother-in-law, and 2 innocent witnesses, has sparked concerns about a surge of its criminal activities. This is what the National Anti-Mafia Directorate wrote in the last annual report about the province of Foggia. An element of support for the solidarity of these organizations and their impenetrability derives from the civil context of the area characterized by cultural backwardness, silence, and widespread illegality. It seems most impossible that a modern and flexible mafia crime has developed from this content. The result of this deadly union between modernity and right sightedness in the objectives, along with archaic values, is a capillary control of the territory, obtained and consolidated with a long trail of blood. No collaborative contribution is given by the population, and there is an absence of collaborators of justice. One considered a minor syndicate, the Mafia of Gargiano, is territorially limited but has widespread international connections and leverages on the silent support of some sectors of the population, combining ruthlessness and archaic traditions with the ability to infiltrate the modern economy, taking advantage of the low level of national attention enjoyed so far. So this is basically telling you about all the crime syndicates in Italy and basically, where the groups are, the Drangheta, the Sacra Corona Unita, the Camorra, the Sicilian Mafia. So, it's pretty interesting. And let me just put up this map really quick so you guys can understand this really quick. So you guys see what I'm talking about. Okay? And I'll leave this up on the screen real quick. This is pretty cool. Of course, salute to the team. You know how we do. NWN, Drangheta Weekly News. I think this is episode 3. And nobody else doing it like we're doing it on YouTube. You understand what I'm saying? So again, understand the disclaimer. All right. Comments and opinions made about the videos do not represent the opinions of this platform staff or the people that help run this platform. That's it. People have the right to say what you want to say. You say it correctly. It does not matter what you're saying. Say it right. Say it correctly so your comment can stay up with the other comments because this sparks conversations. And I want people to go back and forth with comments because it helps us with the algorithm when people are looking for videos. Now make sure you like, share, subscribe. Make sure that you press the bell. When you press the bell, there'll be a bell on top and a bell on bottom. Make sure you press the bell on top. What does that mean? You get all notifications, not just some, all of them. You understand what I'm saying? And then tell your friends, share the videos, please. We want people to come in. We want you to feel comfortable. We want to be able to spark conversations, etc., right? So I want everybody to have a good evening. Don't forget that tonight's show was sponsored by Justice Tech Pros. Okay? So again, salute to Dominic and the whole team. Everybody have a good evening. Tomorrow night when we do the story, we should have the banner for the new Waking Up with Ruckus channel. You'll know how we get down. For those that enjoy the morning show, you like to laugh. We talk about everything. It may not be for everybody. We understand. But for the ones that do listen to mob stories, if you like that good on the ground hip hop, you like to blow smoke in the air, you like movies, you like entertainment, you like all that stuff, politics, comic books. We talk about everything. That's what Waking Up with Ruckus is about, okay? So if you enjoy the morning show, come on in. We're going to tell you where to come. We're going to tell you where the new channel is. We need everybody to get behind it. Now, for those, if you could subscribe, even though you don't listen, we're thankful. If you don't, we're thankful. We want people to subscribe. So tomorrow night, we'll have the new banner up. So let everybody know where they can go. Me, Mac J, Melquan, the whole team. And sometimes, hey, listen, sometimes we get Rosina Madonna, Matthew Madonna's daughter, to call up. We got a great guy, Danny Djokovic. He calls up. We got Pontiac Pat's kids, Gary and Pat. They call up. So we have a good time. So come on in. Come on in the mornings and enjoy yourself. Tomorrow we're going to let you know where the new channel is, all right? Salute. Everybody have a good evening. And again, don't forget, tonight's show was sponsored by Justice Tech Pros.